Comfort dealer. Now the Gashouse Gang on KMOX.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. Gashouse Gang on a Monday, Columbus Day, with Chris Ranji. I'm Tom Ackerman. Big news that broke within the last half hour or so. Mike Shildt retiring as manager of the San Diego Padres. 2 years left on his contract, 56 years old. Very nice managerial career with the Cardinals and Padres, and, of course, well-respected around these parts. We'll talk about that. We also have to talk about well-respected. One of the great St. Louis Blues of all time, Kelly Chase, just for all that he did both on and off the ice and continues to do as he fights cancer. We love Chaser, and he is going to be making a public speaking appearance here pretty soon. We're going to promote that, but also talk to Chaser at about 12:30 today. How are you, Ranj?
Buddy, I could not be better.
Same.
Could not be better.
Same. Coming off,
coming off a big weekend.
Great weekend.
Great college football weekend.
Ooh,
Look at you.
Best of my life.
Can we talk about your Hoosiers?
We will later, because I know the audience probably wants us to talk about Shilty, but best college football win probably of my lifetime. I mean, and I grew up a Mizzou fan. I have been an Indiana fan for 30 plus years since I was a freshman there in '93. Never anything like that. I mean, going into Oregon and absolutely crushing them. That was a beatdown.
Tom, it is literally the best that the program has ever been.
It's our
Indiana football program has literally never been better than it is right now.
Best win we've ever had. Ranked third in the country. I believe at this moment, I'm not saying that this is the way it'll end. I think at this moment might be the most complete team in the country, the way that they're playing right now in all phases. Now,
makes me want to puke.
Ohio State might have something to say about that.
That's right. They're pretty good too.
We could be seeing those two teams play each other in the Big Ten championship game if they stay on this path, both undefeated. Oregon could very well be a player for the national championship after taking their lumps at home to Indiana. We'll get into all that, plus Mizzou and Illinois. It was a big college football weekend for sure. Let's go back to Shilty. So, and thank you for the comments. Michael's chiming in with a little Hoosiers. Love that. I'm going there this weekend, by the way, to pull up to the stadium and say that is the home of the third-ranked team in America. It feels pretty good after all that we have been through, but I'll get to that later. Mike Shildt. Mike Shildt is one of my favorite people. I have a great fondness for him, a lot of respect for him. He has retired as a manager, leaving 2 years on his contract. And as the manager of the Cardinals, his time here also came to an abrupt ending as he was fired. That I did not see coming, nor did I see this coming. But the story from Kevin Acee in the San Diego Union-Tribune, and I am a subscriber. I have family in San Diego, so I keep in touch with what's going on over there, is very well written. So I know that a lot of you can't read it because there's a paywall there. Unless you can subscribe to it, it'll cost you a few bucks today if you want to read it. I think it's really well done. And he opens it by saying that Shildt stood in a corner of the visiting clubhouse at Wrigley Field after the Padres' final game of 2025, spoke in a soft voice about the love he had for his players and the culture that had been built in his 2 seasons as manager. He was devastated and proud and tired, and he was done. And he goes on to say 9 days later, Shildt made that retirement official. He told the team on Saturday of his plans, and today, which I'll read here in just a moment, I know you read some of it on the Chris and Amy show, he wrote a letter to the fans about stepping away from the game.
And he said essentially that it was his decision. He had been thinking about it during the course of the regular season and felt like this was a good time to do it, and that it was taking an emotional and physical toll on him, and decided it was best for him. The guy's only 57 years old. So, I don't know. It could be a thing where he just didn't want to do this anymore. It was too much for him. It could be some of that. It could be that maybe there were some differences between he and the Padres organization. That's also possible. We don't really know that. Could be that he didn't like working with some of the guys on his team. That's also a possibility. Or it could just be that he was tired and didn't want to do it anymore and didn't want to go through the grind. And he did use the word grind in talking about it. And that's how we got to the Yadier Molina conversation and the Albert Pujols conversation on the show earlier today, that I don't know that everybody appreciates what a grind it is to be a manager. It's one thing to be a player, which you are working hard every single day, but being a manager is a little bit of a different beast. And you have so many different duties and responsibilities. It's not just game management, bullpen management, putting the lineup card together. It's dealing with the press, dealing with the front office, having to navigate all of that. A lot of work goes into it. And you're getting there before the players. You're leaving after the players. It is a very, very difficult and strenuous job on a different level than it is being a player. So it could just be that he's done it now for several years for two different teams and said, don't want to do it anymore. Just can't do it.
Could it be for health reasons? Could it be for this, for that? A lot of people have questions. He kind of answers them in this letter. And yeah, health is part of this for him. I don't think it's anything serious, but here's what he said. It's with a heavy but full heart that I'm announcing my retirement from managing the San Diego Padres. It is a decision that I thought about during the season and became at peace with over the last 10 days. I gave every fiber of my being to help achieve Peter Seidler's vision of bringing a World Series championship to San Diego. We fell short of the ultimate goal, but I am proud of what the players, staff, and organization were able to accomplish the last two seasons. The grind of the baseball season has taken a severe toll on me mentally, physically, and emotionally. While it has always been about serving others, it's time I take care of myself and exit on my terms. I'm extremely appreciative to the Padres, Peter Seidler, the Seidler family, Eric Grubner, AJ Preller and staff, and the trust and confidence to lead this team. I'm confident I left things in a better place. Schilt goes on to write, however, I'm most grateful for our players. San Diego is rightfully proud of the Padres players. It's a group that conducts themselves with class, is dedicated to each other and the common goal of winning a World Series. I love our players and will miss them dearly. He puts 2 exclamation points after dearly on that one. After 34 years of dedicating myself to the rigors of coaching and managing, I can, with great enjoyment, look back on achieving my 2 primary goals: to help players get the most out of their God-given ability and become better men, also to win games. I move forward with a smile on my face, contentment in my soul, and genuine excitement for what God has next. To the Friar faithful, thanks for all the support and keep rocking Petco Park. It's the best home field advantage in Major League Baseball. The team is on its way to that World Series championship you so deserve. Respectfully, Schulte. Now, there will be some speculation as to what happened. People are going to say, oh, they were going to fire him, and this is a way for him to get out. Remember, he leaves 2 years on his contract here. I mean, if they fire him, he takes it all. So this is Mike Schilt making a life decision, stepping away from a job that I assure you he, in every waking moment, thought about. And that does indeed take a toll on you, and we've seen it. We saw it take a toll on Tony La Russa. We saw it take a toll on others in sports. Mike Martz, I remember very distinctly going through some health issues and dealing with a lot during those stressful times, staying up all night, sleeping on his couch. I mean, it's a job that unless you're in it, you don't realize how much it can do to you. And yes, it has been very close. I mean, they almost took the Dodgers down last year. They didn't, though. They came up short. This time the Cubs got him. And of all places for his career to end, and who knows, maybe it starts up again sometime down the road, but it ends at Wrigley Field for Mike Schilt, who loves, and I'll leave you with this and let you riff off of this, loves the St. Louis Cardinals. Would I love to see Mike Schilt back with the Cardinals at some point in some sort of advisory role? 1,000% yes. 1,000% yes. But I'd like for now for him to rest, relax, and be Mike and just enjoy life for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure he could be a real asset to a team in an advisory role, which is not even remotely close to having the same level of duties and responsibility or time consumption. Very, very big deal. So, I mean, I guess it's just you don't really see managers coming off multiple 90-win seasons, though disappointing exits in playoffs. You still don't see them forego money on a salary and say, I just don't want to do this anymore before they hit 60. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a fascinating decision, but if it truly is just about, he's got to look out for his health and family or mentally just can't do it anymore, I don't blame you. I mean, I can see him being burnt out Some people get to that point quicker than others, where they just say, I don't want to do this anymore, whatever it is. And it could be jobs that are far less strenuous. Now, you're well compensated if you're a major league manager. You're making a pretty good living, and but again, along with that comes being high profile, having to answer to a lot of people, having answer to the public, which for some folks is just not something they want to do for very long because it can end up breaking you. You got to be a very special person to want to do that job every day, knowing that hundreds of thousands of people might blame you if things are not going well. Yeah. And you know how I feel about influence managers have on the games themselves. Like, I think we dramatically overrate the game to game and the effect a manager has on each individual game. It matters in a clubhouse environment situation. It matters in how you treat your players. Just again, what a manager can do for a club is limited. It is not like an offensive coordinator. It's not like a football head coach where you're calling plays. It's a whole lot different than that. And I think we overrate it. But people think it's all on you when it's not going well. And so for some folks, I can understand just not wanting to do that job anymore. Like, hey, I can't take the blame when these guys don't hit when the playoffs roll around. That's not my fault. It's not my fault if we're not pitching well when the playoffs roll around. That's not my fault. That's not my fault that my starter can't go 3 innings in this game. It's not my fault, right? So I don't know exactly what's in his mind, but there is a mental toll that happens when you're managing a baseball game, and a lot of it is out of your control, and you're doing that day in, day out. Then the playoffs roll around, you have disappointing exits.
Safari, we have a lot of comments coming in that I've been popping up on the screen. Safari Elvis wants to say that Mozeliak did this. Come on. I mean, that firing.
Mozeliak.
So alluding to basically saying that because he got fired here, he says if he was never fired, this would have never happened. Come on. He went to a great situation.
Yeah.
He went over to San Diego where they're
just fine,
spending money left and right and building this tremendous payroll and building this roster for him, and was just moments away from taking down the Dodgers. He had a great gig that is very demanding, just like in any position. It is going to be hard to do, whether it was the Cardinals, the Padres, or anything. There's a lot that goes into being a manager of a club. Was his firing in St. Louis clunky? Absolutely. Was it warranted? It depends on who you talk to. He did not go with what ownership and the front office had in line for the Cardinals, and the team felt like he was out of line and decided that it wasn't best to continue the relationship. So they moved on, just like they used the exact same term, philosophical differences, when they fired Walt Jocketty. Exactly. Go look it up. When they fired Walt Jocketty, Bill DeWitt said philosophical differences. Exact same thing. If you're not in line with Bill DeWitt and you're not in line with ownership, what the front office wants to do, it is curtains, and you're going to go find another job. And by the way, he did. He advised the Padres for 2 years, filled in as a coach, jumped in when Bob Melvin left for the Giants. Boom, takes the team to the playoffs back-to-back years, has a really nice run with the Padres, but it does take a toll. There's no doubt about that. So it's hard to see somebody not do what they love, but you know what? This is what he loves right now, is to be able to rest, relax, and who knows? Who knows? I mean, maybe somebody can talk him into it once he takes a little bit of time off.
I would love an advisory role. Just give me an advisory role. I'll be around every now and then.
Lauren wants to know if they're going to pay him for the next 2 years. No, he's leaving 2 years on his contract. So he's, as far as I can see it here, he's walking away from 2 years. By the way, one of those years might be, baseball maybe shut down for a bit too. We're going to take a break. We will come back and talk more baseball, more football, hockey with Kelly Chase, the Gashouse Gang on KMOX. Your comments are welcome. We love them. YouTube, Facebook, X. You're listening on KMOX. We love you too. Back in a moment. Right here on the home of the Cardinals, KMOX.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder. for a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter. Or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
In the fight against Alzheimer's, now matters more than ever because now we have new treatments that could change everything. This is Megan Lynch. Join me Saturday, October 25th at the Chesterfield Amphitheater for the St. Louis Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's the region's largest fundraiser to fight dementia and support those living with the disease because now is the time for action. You can join in the fight by registering for the walk at alz.org/walk. That's alz.org/walk.
House stealing. It's a nightmare that's real. It's the FBI's term for thieves stealing your home's title and draining your equity. Just one fake document filed with a recorder, and scammers can own your home on paper, drain your equity, and do it all without you even knowing. Imagine waking up to a foreclosure or eviction notice. Listen to former title thief Matt Cox.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
So how can you stop the nightmare and protect yourself? Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO and get a 30-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Don't wait. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now, promo code RADIO.
Hey guys, this is Kevin Wheeler, and let me ask you something. What if you could be 20 pounds lighter by Christmas? Well, that's what people are seeing with the $25,000 Operation Transformation Challenge from Supplement Superstores. It's 8 weeks, it's free, and it's happening right now. So don't sit back while everyone else gains weight this holiday season. This is your chance to get ahead. So when you join, you get everything you need to crush it. Custom meal and workout plans made for you, diet-friendly recipes, including for the holidays, weekly progress scans and accountability, access to S2's private Facebook community, weekly prizes and giveaways, 24/7 support from real trainers and nutrition experts. And here's the best part. The top transformation wins $10,000, and the new partner division where you sign up with a friend takes home $15,000. I already joined to keep myself on track through the holidays, and trust me, you don't want to wait until January to start. Spots are filling fast and signups close soon, so join Operation Transformation today at supplementsuperstores.com or stop by your local S2 before it's too late.
This football season has been so exciting, and there's a way for it to get even better. I know you're probably like, how? FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, is coming to Missouri. FanDuel, the official sports book of Y98, is coming on December 1st. That's right. It'll be able for you to bet on your favorite teams, your favorite players. What FanDuel allows for you to do is make the experience of watching sports even more intense. That's what I love about sports. You see the competition on the field, and it's like you are part of the game. Finally, with FanDuel, it's all coming to Missouri, and you're able to do it. You can bet on money lines, over and under, which team will win it all. You can bet on the very next play, who's going to score the next touchdown. It puts you inside the game. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Visit FanDuel.com/Missouri and download the app. We're throwing it back to our glory days all week long here on the Brett Mega Show, and it's like the glory days of you being inside the game. You finally made it to the NFL because you're part of the game. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for FanDuel.
Dave, congratulations on your 25th anniversary from BioBalance Health, Dr. Sullivan, and me personally. You have single-handedly helped us reach hundreds of new patients, both men and women, over the past 15 years. Since 2010, BioBalance has been treating men and women over the age of 40 with testosterone pellets and preventative medicine. BioBalance Health was the first medical hormone pellet practice in St. Louis. Now we are the most successful. Dave has not only been our partner at BioBalance Health, but also our patient and great friend. Thanks, Dave.
News, talk, cars. 104.1 FM KMOX.
For those of you just joining us, Mike Schultz retiring as manager of the San Diego Padres. That news broke last hour. We just discussed it here on the Gashouse Gang. You can always replay this show and check in with your comments if you want to hear our initial comments on that. I'm sure it'll be a big story. There are 8 managerial openings, if I could speak, in Major League Baseball. Albert Pujols is going to get one of them, I think. I think he'll get that Angels job. Yeah, that's not official yet, but boy, it sure sounds like a perfect fit for him. I don't know how good a shape the Angels are, but for his first job, that seems like a natural. He's already getting paid by him, and he's fit to be a manager. There's no doubt. I think we've had this discussion before. Is Yadier Molina a great fit for a major league manager right now? Or because he's had a little bit of separation from the whole scene, could he jump right in and manage a club? I think one of the things that he spoke to a Puerto Rican media outlet recently about was floated the idea of coaching with Ollie Marmol, like we've seen in the dugout. I don't know what that entails. I haven't heard anything remotely official about that. But what would that entail? Could Yachty be part of the dugout? I mean, why would you not welcome that? And if he wanted to learn the ropes as to how to be a major league manager on a daily basis, Ollie Marmol and crew, that seems like a good fit. I mean, anything involving number 4 in the Cardinals works and has worked for 2 decades. Well, so I'm good.
It certainly helped to have his brain around, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. I will be really curious if he ever does take a managerial position at this level. I'd be really curious to see how he handles it long term. You know, the dealing with the press every day, which you have to do twice a day. That's a lot. And I don't know if a lot of guys want to do it. He does not seem to me, and I could be totally wrong on him. I don't know him personally, so it's not like I can tell you what he's like day to day, but he does not come across to me as somebody who wants to deal with media before the game and then again after the game, and especially if the game doesn't go well. I mean, how does he handle that? First couple of times, sure, he's fine, but as a season goes on and you're doing it every day, and maybe you have some bad losses in there, that starts to take a toll and your patience wears really thin. If you're a manager and the wrong question can set you off, especially if you're a particular kind of person. And we know Yachty can get heated. So I would really like to know how he would handle that. It'd be really fascinating to see it. You cannot argue with his baseball acumen, though. There are very few players that have come through the game that are as smart as he is, or smarter. You just don't meet many. But there are 2 jobs here. It's not the baseball smarts or just the baseball smarts. It's also dealing with the ancillary stuff, which is not always appealing to people.
I agree. And the skill set to be a manager is a specific skill set. And, only 30 people do it. There are others who can jump in there, but it's hard. I mean, there is no doubt it is a hard, time-consuming job that requires a lot of different things, not just knowing the game. Knowing how to beyond that. No, it's literally the word manage. Mm-hmm. Knowing how to manage people and a club. It takes a lot. This is the Gashouse Gang. It's sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. We will be right back with Kelly Chase. We'll also talk more baseball, a little bit more about Mike Schultz's retirement. We'll also discuss some football. Buddy, you got a big game tonight.
Big game here on KMOX tonight.
Yes.
Let's go.
Back after this.
Never predictable, always entertaining. Dave Glover, now celebrating 25 years.
This is Debbie Monterey. Happy anniversary. Unbelievable 25 years of the most unlikely radio career. But I think what people should know is that you are a fantastic coworker and a terrific human being. It is truly a pleasure having you part of the KMOX team.
The Dave Glover Show, weekdays at 1 p.m. on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Sponsored by Law Office of Susan L. Ward.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Right now, 72 degrees and cloudy in St. Louis. The high today will be 77. Also, a traffic note to make you aware of. Westbound 70 is closed at Wentzville Parkway due to a crash.
Sponsored by Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty 314-325-6888.
Need to sell your home and you want the most money? The name to remember is Gloria Lou. Yes, Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty at 314-325-6888 and start packing.
Thinking about a bath remodel or swapping that old tub for a sleek, easy to clean shower? Glover here for Michael's Baths with one question. What is there even to think about? Michael's beats the competition by 30 to 50%, uses top quality materials, and backs it with over 30 years of experience. And now they'll throw in a free shower door or $500 off. Schedule a free in-home consultation, 636-775-0800, michaelsbaths.com. That's michaelsbaths.com.
This is Mason Wynn of the Cards. Community America asked me to tell you what it feels like on Profit Payout Day, when our members get a portion of the profits. I'm thinking it probably feels like opening day. Exciting, new, or even better, I bet it feels like playing the star shortstop who turns a game-winning double play. And the fans go wild. They ask for selfies with you and autographs. You get a lifetime supply of free stadium hot dogs. Yep, that's basically what it feels like when you get your profit payout. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
Have you recently lost a loved one and now you're handling their estate? Losing someone close to you is never easy. And if you've been named the executor or trustee, it's an honor, but you're probably feeling the weight of both grief and responsibility. At Jansky Law, they understand how overwhelming this process can be. Whether you're dealing with probate or trust administration, there are many legal steps involved. And in Missouri, an attorney is required for all probate matters. Even with a trust, the process is just as complex. Jansky Law is there to do the steps for you. With decades of experience, let them handle things with compassion and precision so you can focus on what really matters, your family and healing. Call Jansky Law at 314-881-6141 or online at janskylaw.com. That's spelled with a J, Jansky law.com, Jansky law.com. Jansky Law. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with KMOX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss a down, listen to the Chiefs on KMOX or KMOX on the Odyssey app. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
Now McRae intercepts a shot. Glove save behind the net. A big fight going on. And it's Thompson and Chase. Kelly Chase and Brent Thompson. And Kelly's got another big guy. He always does, and he's doing pretty well. Boy, Kelly's having a nice time. Thompson's helmet has come off. Now Thompson pins him to the glass. Boy, Kelly really showing Brent Thompson a thing or two.
Darn right he did. Kelly Chase. I thought you were going to play the Joseph Chevelday fight because Chaser started that whole fracas too. Kelly Chase, one of the toughest players to ever wear a Blues uniform, and no one loves that blue note more than this guy. It is great to have you on KMOX. Chaser, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. Thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on.
It's great to be with you. First, let's say that we stand with you in your fight against cancer. We just think that you're an amazing human being. We love everything about you, and your courageous fight inspires all of us.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it certainly changed my life. I went from, humming along, having some companies being started and getting really busy to all of a sudden maybe having a different purpose. And so when I found out I had leukemia, it certainly changed my perspective on things and certainly changed my life.
Well, we just have followed every step of the way, and we just know that you have, and I'm sure you feel this, Chaser, that you have so many people. I know you hear from people every day, and that lifts you up as we surround you as much as we possibly can.
Well, I'm very fortunate. Look, I've been touched by people around the world, and truly people I knew and people I didn't know. And when you're sick, where you're struggling some days to just open your eyes, it's tough because you feel like, because I have a sense of obligation. I feel like to get better. and it sounds crazy, but I really do. And yet I know that I've got this great support staff of people, and lots of people don't have that same luxury. You know, I always say you don't want to be in the hospital and get married to the bed, because it can be awful lonely in there. And yet I've got all these thousands of people basically that have reached out, and so I feel very fortunate. And as I said, I do have I feel like I have an obligation to get better, but I know that there's so many supporting me that with that I will.
And we do want to talk a little hockey with you here, but wanted to bring this up. The 2025 Rockhurst University Leadership Series luncheon is coming up in November. It's on the 6th. It's from 11:30 till 1 at the Clayton Plaza Hotel, and you are going to be a special guest there. So what will happen at this luncheon, Kelly?
Well, I guess we just talk a little bit about some things that probably sometimes I think people are a little uncomfortable talking about, which is the health part of it. But then we'll also just talk about leadership and about perseverance. And I think, I've been fortunate. I've had lots of lessons taught to me in my life through life experiences, but also through failures. And then I've been also very fortunate that I've, been having some success in my life and learning from those failures. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. And there's a huge following with Rockhurst. And I said, hey, at first, let's just talk about, leadership and a few things that we can hit on, and then let people ask me questions. And I think that there's so many times in our lives where the sport and the game of hockey has evolved into so many things in life that are very common with people, whether it, like I said, whether it be leadership or whether it be setbacks. And I always said, it's not about the setback, it's about the comeback. So feel pretty honored to be asked to speak at it.
It is the 2025 Rockhurst University Leadership Series luncheon. Kelly Chase will be there Thursday, November 6th from 11:30 to 1 at the Clayton Plaza Hotel. We'll repeat this here in just a little bit, but tickets at rockhurst.edu/STL Leadership Series. And Kelly, when you talk about leadership in hockey, going through your career, there are so many things that go on behind the scenes that people just don't know, that we don't know, the people that cover the team or broadcast with the team, just for the people in the room. Isn't that right, Chaser? I mean, the people who stood up and lifted each other up or got on each other, held each other accountable, you have to have them. And hockey did, I'm sure, teach all of you so much through the years. It's just the endless stories that you must have.
Well, you've got some great stories, and I was lucky. I played with some great leaders, and also I had a lot of adversity in my career. I mean, I wasn't drafted. I walked on. Was able to have a long, lengthy career for a guy that wasn't very good, playing in the National Hockey League. But also, I was able to learn a lot about business and just kind of, watch a lot of different players evolve through their situations. Again, I feel very fortunate. Was able to win the cup in the minors, and as a matter of fact, won so many years in a row through junior and then in the minors, and then thought, well, that's just how it works. Every few years you win a cup, and then not winning the Stanley Cup, but being a part of the team in 19. I think there was lessons in that as well, and so. Yeah, it's a very, and hockey has a funny way of weeding out the bad people. There's just so many great people in our game, and so grateful and lucky to have to be a part of that. I feel like I gained so much prosperity in my life because of the lessons that I learned in the game of hockey.
Kelly Chase with us here on KMOX, and we are excited about the beginning of this Blues season. They are 1-1 to start the year, and we talked to your old teammate Tony Twist a little bit about the Blues last week. He's got a new barbecue sauce, by the way. Are you aware of this? He's telling everybody.
Oh yeah. This guy's an entrepreneur. I always say about Tony, he's one of the smartest people that I know. I tell him all the time. I go, you're a guy that's smart enough to run a bank. Sometimes I think you'd just rather rob it.
That's way more fun.
This guy's 2-time Scholastic Player of the Year in the Western Hockey League. Brilliant guy. And if you haven't had an opportunity to sit down and talk to Tony at any length, you should. You can get the opportunity to take it. Was very instrumental in helping me in so many ways when I was in the hospital, and having great conversations with the doctors and explaining things to me. And I'm grateful to have a friend like that.
Yeah, we asked him specifically about the beginning of the season, and I said, do you get the that itch? The season is starting. Do you kind of wish you were still out? He's like, no, I don't think about that anymore. I'm over it. I'm well past it. When you are looking at, and I'll ask you specifically about this Blues team, and a lot of people are really excited about them. What's your read on this year's team?
Well, I love the team. I think they're going to have some growing pains at the start of the year because of their youth, and maybe there's some exuberance that gets them a little out of position, and the structure isn't there at the start. But I think they proved last year they started to come together, and this year's growth, I think they're better equipped for a playoff team. And I think once they get the full team rounded out and are healthy, Lucic hasn't got signed and he's running into some problems, but they're just a better balanced team. And as far as missing the game, I don't miss the game playing until the playoffs. That's when I really miss the game. The start of the year and the bumps and bruises, and when you go through and let the air out and know how sorry you are, I don't miss the game, but I miss the guys, and that's the hardest part of it. You miss that camaraderie, you miss that team's sportsmanship, you miss that playing for one another, you miss running at the fight. Those are the things I miss about the game, but I don't miss it until playoffs.
Chaser, I love this Ice Guardians podcast. Mm-hmm. How cool is that with your old roomie, Brett Hall, and the production of it and just the stories. Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at Holly sitting in that nice comfy chair, just kicking back and ripping off stories one after the other about Brendan Shanahan to current players. It is fun.
It's awesome. So iceguardianspod.com, and then you get an opportunity to listen. We had Adam Scorgi on, who's a movie producer, probably one of the best storytellers that you could ever be around. And then being able to do it with Holly, and we talked on the phone this morning about recording a couple more of our pods, and it's so much fun to be a part of it with them and just go through the stories. And just there's times where we're kind of off camera, we just burst out laughing because we remember a story that we had kind of forgot about, and being able to do it with a close friend like that, and a guy that's so candid and so straightforward, just very, very little room for gray with Holly. He's very candid. So a lot of fun doing this podcast with him.
Tell me what it's been like to be with Siteman Cancer Center, Kelly, and all the people there and what they mean to you.
Yeah, my doctor, Ramsey Boud, and I have become close friends, and being around Siteman and just being able to, not just help people, but, and give back, but also dig in and see what they actually do, the amount of people that they actually help, and the amount of structure there is in the research that they do. And we're so lucky in the state of Missouri to have them. And for me, I've been so lucky to be able to get my treatments through the center. And again, being a part of Siteman and watching what they do and accomplish for so many is really, it's been eye-opening, but it's been brilliant.
Yeah, I know my dad personally, he went through the exact same and got very good treatment at Siteman. So I'm glad you're there. It's, so how are you on your day to day? Because I know with him, a lot of ups and downs. So it kind of depended on the day.
Yeah, well, I just went through 14 days of radiation, 4 chemo sessions, where they pulled spinal fluid off my spine and injected the holes with chemo down the holes up to the 5 taps. So it's been a little tough. I lost my hearing. I lost my eyesight in one of my eyes, and they expect it'll come back in my in my left and not all of it in my right. My hearing, they expect to come back, but it's just the pressure on the brain and the side effects that seem to put you down for a while. And then you stay on the horse and stay positive and know that you're in good hands with Siteman. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm just waiting for the side effects to heal.
This is one of the great guys in the sport and in our city, Kelly Chase, who has been there to support players, broadcasters, you name it. I'll bet you TJ Oshie gets a little encouragement from Kelly Chase as he starts some broadcasting as well. It's just the range of what you've been able to do and continue to do in our community is tremendous, Chaser, and we absolutely love you.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. It's very kind words. And again, like, I'm having fun with the podcast with Hully and I. So if you want to get a laugh and get a chuckle out of it, you go to iceguardianspod.com. And again, we're going to be pumping pods out every week and having some laughs. And I'm grateful being in the city of St. Louis.
Watch and listen to Ice Guardians. And also, if you can, that 2025 Rockhurst University Leadership Series. The luncheon with Kelly Chase is November 6th. It starts at 11:30 in the morning. It's at the Clayton Plaza Hotel. And the website is rockhurst.edu/STL Leadership Series. Rockhurst.edu/STL Leadership Series. We think that's going to be a really good thing. So hoping people buy tickets there. Kelly Chase, we appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Kelly Chase, love him, with us on KMOX. A long time on KMOX too. Boy, we had some fun back in the day doing broadcasts on this radio station. He continues to be a great contributor to us and many others. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll dive back into the big story of the day. Mike Schilt retiring as Padres manager. In case you're on your lunch break and did not hear that, we'll discuss a little bit more of that. Plus,
big tonight.
Football game tonight for Ranj. Monster game for me on Saturday. Ooh, that was good.
Baby.
Back in a moment on the Gashouse Gang on KMOX.
DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State. New Missouri customers can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live, place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. Starting November 17th, you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on December 1st. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
I'm Dave Glover, and I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Dr. Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. You can too. Just go to youridoc.com.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call the Lance Story Law Firm today and let us get between you and the IRS. We'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney team who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis, or visit Lance, DRURY, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm, 314-260-6120.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. Have you noticed loose bricks or missing mortar around your house, on the walls, the patios, the walkways, the porch, or the chimneys? If so, you need to call Morelli Tuck Pointing. 314-645-1387. You might need one of two things: solid tuck pointing, the removal of old mortar with the replacement of new mortar throughout an entire wall or chimney, or maybe just spot tuck pointing. Spot tuck pointing involves the tuck pointing of a particular wall, a chimney, or other masonry surface in an area where it's needed the most. One example might be settlement cracks, usually found above or below windows or doorways. 314-645-1387. Call the company that the Brennans have called when we've needed tuck pointing. Morelli Tuck Pointing, the masonry specialists. Winner of the Angie's List Super Service Award every year since 2005. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Glover here for my friends at Cantor Injury Law. Cantor is local, and we're here doing the work every day. We're right here in St. Louis, and we're ready to fight for you. CantorInjuryLaw.com or call 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be solely based on advertisements.
Now back to the Gashouse Gang, sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Great to talk to Kelly Chase last segment. We started the show talking about Mike Schultz. Just another thought on that. Will we ever really know the situation? Was he on his way out and he decided to retire because he felt that coming, or is it for health reasons? Is it for, you just have to take him at his word for his letter, for what he said to Kevin Acee, that this is on his terms, that this is his decision. And, it's always left to wonder in these leadership positions what the pressure is like. Only that person really knows. And that is immense. And so all I can say is, for somebody who I care a lot about, I hope the best for Mike Schultz. I just want him to find some peace, and who knows what the next chapter is, but I hope it's great.
Hey, man.
Good.
Like he's, he can just go travel for a while.
Yeah. We have big football games going on tonight, but the biggest
There's
of
only
which
one real
is the
big one,
Bears
yeah.
and Commanders.
It's here on KMOX.
It
Tom.
sure is. We're carrying Monday Night Football. The Blues are playing tonight in Vancouver. We have baseball tonight. You got the Blue Jays and the Mariners this afternoon, and tonight is Brewers Dodgers. My point is, this is a great time of year for sports. I love October. There's so much to choose from. My man, do the Bears have an opportunity to get it done today and start to make a little run towards the playoffs?
What do you mean, do they have an opportunity? This is the opportunity. Of course they do. The only reason the Commanders beat them last year was because of a fluke Hail Mary play in which one of their defensive players, I'm not going to name any names, Tyreek Stevenson, decided to not pay attention to the play and at the very end of the game, and then realized, the play's going on right now. I better get involved. And he got involved by tipping the ball to the guy who caught it in the end zone, and that's how they lost. So as long as that doesn't happen again, Bears steamroll in Washington.
All right. Steamroll.
Bears steamroll, and you can listen to it right here on KMOX.
Steamroll, he said.
Caleb, 300 yards passing tonight.
Ooh, I could use him for fantasy.
3 touchdowns. Let's
Bears,
go.
Bears 5.5-point dogs. I took them.
That's why we had. Take the
I
Bears
took them on
cover.
Sports on a Sunday morning in my NFL picks. Bears plus 5.5. I loved it.
Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like a steal.
It does, actually.
I'm going to go cross the river. Live sports betting is available here in Missouri on December 1st. So I'm going to have to cross the river tonight, place a little wager, and come back.
I thought the steal of the century was last night. The Chiefs, there's no possible way they were going to lose that game last night against the Detroit Lions. Not a chance. Lions are banged up. Chiefs went in there and took care of business at their home place, Arrowhead Stadium, 30-17. Talk about domination. That game on Saturday, Indiana over Oregon, was something special. 30-20. It felt really good. And here's just my quick comment about this without getting into X's and O's, because they dominated the football game in all facets. But I got some messages from Mizzou fans, and I am, a Mizzou fan growing up, so I understand the pain of Mizzou fans. But I got some of this. How come we can't ever win a big game like that? How come Missouri never gets the opportunity to get onto the big stage like that? And I'm thinking, you know what? For people who said, how come Indiana can turn it around in 2 years? Buddy, do you know what I've been doing the last 30 years with this team? It has been the doormat of college football, the worst team in college football over 30 years. I spent every single week of the college football season watching them lose. And now you want, I don't think Chris couldn't come close to the misery that I've experienced with Indiana football. You actually got to go to see your team in a Super Bowl. A couple of them, actually. Indiana, not even close, and now ranked third in the country. It is an unbelievable turnaround, and I'm going to soak in every second of it. And we'll see if they can continue on this path.
See, here's the difference between Indiana and the Chicago Bears. One, Indiana could definitely beat Washington tonight, the Commanders. That's number one. Secondly, Indiana, you just always kind of dismissed.
Yes.
The Bears give you some hope at the beginning of every season that this could be a different year. And then they find a way to just pee it away.
Yeah. They were both miserable, knowing you didn't have a chance and thinking you had a chance and then having it taken away from you year after year.
But buddy, how about the Hoosiers?
They are literally so much fun.
It is the best their program has ever been, literally right now.
It's nice to know.
That's not hyperbole. It is the best they've ever been.
Biggest win we've ever had. And just the fact that they are doing it in so many different ways, legitimately dominating Oregon, is just mind-blowing.
Well, Tom, enjoy it, and I need you to bear down tonight.
I will. I'll be there for you.
If they don't win tonight, I'm coming after you tomorrow on the Gashouse Gang.
Go get them. For Matt Pajeski, Frank Ladd, Chris Ranji, I'm Tom Ackerman. Thanks to Kelly Chase for being with us on KMOX.